I drove 2,000 miles to photograph the Superstition Mountains in Arizona, and every photo looked perfect on my camera screen, but it wasn't until I got home about a week later that I realized over the course of multiple days that week, I had hundreds of underexposed images because I trusted my LCD screen and the quality of my images suffered. So the histogram would have told me the truth, but I didn't check it. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to read the histogram so you know in the field whether your exposure is right, no matter what the lighting conditions are. So I arrived at my pre-planned location right before golden hour, and this is the key detail. The light was incredibly low. It had that soft pre-dawn gloom where you could barely see your feet. So I set everything up and I dialed in my camera settings and I took a test photo. Now, because my eyes had adjusted to the darkness, when the image popped up on the LCD screen, it lit up like a billboard. It was bright, colorful, and looked perfectly exposed. So I trusted it. I thought I nailed the exposure, so I kept shooting. And I created over a dozen images that particular morning. And I continued relying on the LCD screen throughout the rest of the week. And when I got home about a week later, I loaded the images onto my computer and I saw the reality. They were underexposed. The shadows were crushed. The midtones were muddier than they looked on the LCD. Now, I do shoot with a Nikon Z8, so I was able to recover the exposure in Lightroom by pushing the shadows up, lifting the blacks, etc. But that recovery cost me by adding more digital noise, and it also affected the color accuracy. And I kept thinking, how did I not see this in the field since I checked the back of my camera after every few frames? Well, that's when it hit me. Screen brightness is relative. So when you're shooting in the dark, your eyes adjust. So the screen looks brighter than it actually is because of the contrast with the dark environment around you. In bright sun, the screen looks darker. In dim light, it looks brighter. Plus, brightness settings that you set up in camera and the picture styles, the profiles that you select can change what you see. So an underexposed image can look perfectly fine on your LCD when it's actually way too dark. That's when I learned to stop trusting my LCD screen and start trusting the histogram, because the histogram doesn't care about your screen brightness. It doesn't care if you're shooting in the dark or in bright sun. It tells you what your eyes can't. So let me show you how to read it. So the histogram is a graph that shows you the tonal distribution of your image. So every pixel from pure black on the left to pure white on the right. So the left side represents shadows and blacks. The middle represents midtones. The right side represents highlights and whites. Now the height of the graph at any point shows you how many pixels are at that brightness level. So a tall peak means lots of pixels in that tonal range. A flat area means very few. All right, so here's one of those images from that trip, and you can see the data in the histogram is piled up on the left with very little in the midtones and the highlights and nothing in the whites, right? So that tells you that this image is underexposed. Now, if I had checked the histogram in the field via the menu options and turned it on, I would have seen that immediately, and then I could have raised my ISO, changed my aperture or my shutter speed, whatever I needed to get that proper exposure, and that would have created a cleaner image with less noise. Now, here's the thing. Not every photo should have the same histogram shape. A low-key image with lots of shadows will be weighted left. A high-key image will be weighted right. And that's fine. That's what you need in those particular situations based on your creative vision and the available light at the time. So what you're looking for is clipping. when the histogram slams into the left edge, you're losing shadow detail. When it slams into the right edge, you're blowing out the highlights. So check your histogram after every few frames, especially in challenging light. If it's pushed too far left, you want more mid-tone detail. So raise your ISO, open your aperture, or slow your shutter. If it's pushed too far to the right and you're blowing out the highlights, do the opposite. So here's the thing. If you need more light and ISO is the only option because you need a specific aperture and shutter speed to fulfill your creative vision, don't be afraid to bump your ISO. Now you might think using a high ISO ruins image quality, but pushing underexposed shadows in post often reveals more noise than if you'd exposed properly from the start. So that fear is costing you a sharp, properly exposed photo. So watch this video next, and I'll show you why high ISO isn't the enemy and how it actually saves your photos.